Hey guys, Kevin here. What I've got here is the Logitech Brio 4K Pro Webcam. I've been looking to upgrade my webcam for a while, so looking forward to see what this can do. Now, this looks fairly new, but this is actually second hand, despite all this on it. It retails at around £180 in the UK, but I picked this up for 90, so hopefully I've got a bit of a bargain. Now, the one I had before was this. This is what I've been using for a little bit, my screencasting. When I'm showing you something on a browser, I've been using this one. This has served me well. It's the Logitech C930E. Now, this is a good camera. It can do 1080p 30 frames per second. The Brio can do 1080p 60 frames per second, 720 and 90 frames per second, but it can also do 4K at 30 frames per second. So I think they have went backwards in some ways, as far as the privacy and things like that. We'll see that in a second. So I have no idea why this was sold as second hand, because it looks absolutely brand new. These they don't look like they've even been opened. So this is a USB Type-C to a USB 3.0 cable. So I believe this is the privacy color. I believe it's like that, which that's not as good as this. This, look at that. That's really good. This looks like it's just going to fall off. And this just looks like, I don't know what this is actually. Oh, nice. So this is a little carry bag from Logitech. Surprised you got that. So, now you will notice here, I've got a tripod thread there. But this one has got it there. So there is a tripod thread that you can use. But if not, it will sit like that. So overall, I'd say like the actual, well, that seems okay, but I would say that this seems to be a better setup in my end, but just because of this is better. It's built into it. You can see the USB Type-C port at the back there. So as long as I put this into a USB Type-3 port, chipset, then I'll be able to record at 4K. If I put it into a regular USB 2.0 port, I can only do 1080p recording, I believe, at 30 frames per second it goes down to. So let's give it a try and we'll see how it performs. Well, it's been a few hours since I unboxed the Brio, and I've been doing a lot of tests. I've been messing around with it, seeing what it can do, what it can't do, etc. And what you're watching just now is the Brio. I'm recording at 1080p at 60 frames per second, and what you're listening to is the microphone from the Logitech Brio. So it will give you a basic understanding of what it can do and what it can't do. Now, video quality just now won't be great because it's 11:30 at night, and I'm just using my room light. But the reason I wanted to record at night is because I can show you with the lights off and show you what it's like in the dark, and I can put on my regular lights and you can see what it's like there as well. So what have I done in the last few years? Well, I've did actually two videos. I've did a comparison video against my older Logitech C930E, and I was always really happy with this, but I would say that there is an improvement. And check out that video because I compare the audio, I compare the video, and I show you both of them operating at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So please do check out that video. The other video that I did was the Logitech Brio recording at 4K at 30 frames per second. So please check out that video as well. And by looking at those two videos and this video, you should hopefully get a good understanding of what this Pro Webcam can do. So after I installed the camera, plugged the camera into my laptop, into the USB 3 port, and I got this message. And this was a message to upgrade to version 1.1. Now, I did that assuming that it would be the latest version, but it isn't the actual latest version. What you need to do is, when you see that, you can update it if you want, but what you need to do is go to Logitech, just search for Logitech Brio downloads, and you can upload to install the latest firmware. You can see here Brio firmware upgrade, and we're on version 2.012, and you can see there that was version 1.1, so it's better to upgrade to the latest version. And there's also the camera app, and there's a few other apps there as well. So I recommend doing that, updating to the latest firmware. You've got all the latest features and all that, and there's a few other apps that you can download there as well. So I'll quickly show you the default app that you can download from that page. If it comes up. Okay, so this is the default app, and just minimize that there. That's actually my OBS settings, which we'll show you in a second. So this is the Logitech app, and you can see it's got home and advanced. Now normally you would see the camera there, the video there, but it's not going to show there because I'm actually using it to record. And you can see in the advanced section, it's got brightness, contrast, auto white balance and color intensity. Now those are normally actually selected, autofocus and auto white balance, and you can restore the defaults, and those will go back. In the home section, you can change from standard to widescreen, anti-flicker to PAL. That should actually be at PAL. HDR, field view, 65, 70 and 90. Now, what you may not be able to see, in fact, I'll do it at the same time so that you can see this. So, if I zoom this down here, you should be able to see that, yeah. You can see this in standard, but actually it's not actually in standard just now. I don't know if this is a problem with the app. I don't know what it is, but in OBS, I'm actually recording in widescreen mode. When I close OBS and I select standard, it actually closes the image down and you can't see as much as my room. It probably goes to like, maybe around my tripod. You can't see the whole thing. And for whatever reason, it can't change that whilst I'm in OBS. HDR doesn't seem to change anything when I'm recording with OBS either, but I can show you the field of view. So I'm currently recording at 90 degrees angle. I'll drop down to 78, and then I'll drop down to 65. And you can see 65, back up to 78, and back up to 90. So that's the official Logitech camera app. But what I'll show you just now, if I can, I'll show you how I've got it set up just now in OBS, because there's a lot of settings there as well. So I'll go there, and what we'll do is I'll make this larger so you can see. Right. So this is OBS. This is what I'm recording the video with just now, and you can see I've got it 1920 by 1080, and I've got it 60 frames per second. And if I configure the video, it would bring up this box here. This is the properties box. So if you go to configure video, it brings up that, and it keeps bringing it up for some reason. So there's a lot of different settings here. 128, I've set them at 128. I've got white balance down at 3240. Camera control, I've got focus. Now I have found that the default app does seem to reset these things sometimes, which is annoying. I don't know why it does that. And you can change those, and it will really change, how the video looks. So for example, if I bring this down just now, you can see the main video. If I change the brightness down from 1 to 8, you can see it's going all the way down. If you put there, it's going to be too saturated. So we'll leave it about 1 to 8, and it's the same with the contrast. You can change it up and down. Saturation, you've got white balance there as well. You need to take off auto mode, and so you can see that the colors are changing. So there's also an option called low light compensation. There's something in OBS which I don't use because a lot of people say that it can cause audio delays, and I have found that, so I won't be using that. So one of the reasons I wanted to show you that is because when I did my comparison video of the Logitech C930E against the Logitech Brio, which is what you're watching, at 30 frames per second at 1080p, this looked much better. It looked infinitely better, and I was like, what's going on here? And when I went into OBS, for whatever reason, Logitech or OBS, they set up the cameras in a different way. So if you look at that comparison video with this older webcam, you will see that I've matched the values. So the Logitech Brio, in all those properties at 128, white balance at 3200, all those values were way out of sync. They were all over the place, and I kind of changed them to what this one was set up, and I thought it looked a lot better. So bear that in mind. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of factors that come into play. There's lighting, I don't have good lighting just now. And there's also how you set up the white balance, how you set up the saturation, how you set up all that kind of thing. And I apologise, I do realise I'm not looking at the camera just now. I keep looking at my monitor because my face is there and I'm trying to check everything's okay. So yeah, please do bear that in mind. As far as video quality, I've probably not set it up the best way possible, but as far as white balance and saturation, all that goes, lighting is a big thing. So let's show you how it looks with the lights off. So if for any reason you're streaming on Twitch or on YouTube and you don't want the lights on, this is what you would see. Now I could go back into the properties and I could put the lighting up and down. Overall though, if you see the comparison video, you will see that the lighting is a little bit better on the Brio than it is on the older Logitech C930E. But now if I put on my lights, you can see video quality is much better right away. And let's put on this one as well. So I've got another one there. I don't want to blind you guys, but you can see how if I had this set up here, I don't actually have this set up in the right position here. But what you shall see now is that when you put some good lighting into the equation, I'll put that away because that's annoying me. When you put some lighting into the equation, when you improve your whole lighting, then the quality of the video is going to be much, much higher. Now, I am recording this at night time, and one of the reasons was it's so that I could show you that test, to show you in the dark, show you with the lights on, and just illustrate the point that lighting is important. But if this was during the daytime, I would have a flood of natural light coming in, and it would be something like this. Overall, I think the quality of the video is excellent. It really is excellent, and I have noticed a marked improvement over the Logitech C930E. But I do think that it does come into a lot of other factors come into play as far as getting the settings right, getting the frame rate right. Sorry, it is 20 to 12. It has been a long day. You need to get all of these settings set up correctly, and you need to get the lighting correct. But what I will say is, it is an excellent 1080p camera, but as far as 4K goes, I don't think this is where this camera excels. Well, it is the morning, or should I say afternoon, after the night before, and you can see that natural light is coming in, so the footage looks a little bit better than it did at night time. I will put on my lights just to make things a little bit better. So, overall, very happy with the webcam. For me, it is a very, very good upgrade. I think that the quality is really good. I think the microphone is a lot better. You're still listening to me recording through the Logitech Brio's microphones. I'm still recording at 1080p at 60 frames per second. And for me, it is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm hoping to stream at 1080p at 60 frames per second. And sometimes I will be doing recordings from the webcam, so I'll do a YouTube video and I'll just record like this. It will help me in times when I'm a little bit struggling with time, and it just gives me a lot more options. Now, whether you should buy this or not, it really depends on your needs and your budget. And the reason I'm saying needs it is because if you're streaming, most of the time the webcam will just be up the top corner. So you could get away with a 480p, maybe a little bit too low, but you could get away with a 720p or a 1080p camera like this. Now this does 720p, it does 1080p at 30 frames per second. And to be honest, for most YouTubers, for most Twitch streamers, and for anyone who's on Skype, I would say that the 920, 922, 930E is probably as good as you need. As long as you get good lighting, you know, I think you're going to be very happy with the footage and with the recordings that you get from that. So that is, you know, I would say the mainstream webcam. This is from an end user point of view. You know, for the commercial market, I would say it's the top of the tree. It's one of the best webcams you can get because of the 1080p at 60 frames per second and the 4K at 30 frames per second. And the reason I'm saying the commercial market is because, you know, when you go to like conferencing and business cameras, they are better quality, but you're talking a few $100s up to thousands of dollars, and really it's overkill for the majority of you out there. It's overkill for me. I think this is exactly what I need. But as I said, you know, it really does come down to budget, because this is, you know, $80 to $100 new, and second hand, that's so common, you'll be able to pick up something like this, maybe $40, $50. I was quite lucky. I did pick this up for £90 in the UK, but it does retail at £180 and it's $200 in the USA. So basically, you'll be paying double to get the Brio. Is that worth it? Well, again, it comes to your needs, comes to your budget, and it depends what you want to do. You are kind of future-proofing yourself a little bit with if you buy the Brio, but I will say is I'm very happy with the Brio. I'm very happy with the webcam. The fact it can do 60 frames per second, and I think that overall the footage it records is much better than my old webcam. But the 4K 30 frames per second thing, it's not a gimmick. I mean, the recordings do look good, but from a practicality point of view, it's kind of pointless. I realise in a way that you are future-proofing yourself, but I don't think I'll ever be recording with 4K at 30 frames per second. Firstly, the reason being that it really puts a heavy load onto your computer. I've got a decent laptop, you know, it's quad core, it's got threading, it's got 16GB of RAM, and it just tears through 1080p, and it handles 2.7K resolution videos as well, as far as encoding, as far as editing goes. At 4K, it really struggles, at the point where I have to set the audio back a few seconds just to catch up with the video because it's buffering, and the files are larger, and editing is a nightmare to the point where it's really difficult to actually edit the videos. So, you know, you're going to have a very, you know, a top of the line PC or laptop or iMac in order to edit 4K videos or stream with 4K videos. So from a recording point of view, if you're just using it as a standalone device to record, yes, 4K is good to have, but you know, it's maybe not practical unless you've got a top of the end computer. From a streaming point of view, well, again, it's not very practical because most people are streaming at 720p or 1080p. When you go up to 1440p 4K, then you're going to get much higher bandwidth, and you know, it's very little people are doing that. Most people are streaming at 720p or 1080p. So it's going to be a while before 4K is common, and by the time 4K is what people are using, this will be down in price, and there'll probably be a lot more other options out there. But you know, it is a good 4K camera, but I think it's an excellent 1080p camera. So in that regard, I think it's good. But again, if you just want to record in 4K, it makes more sense to get a compact camera, use your smartphone or something like a GoPro. Now, if I turn on my GoPro just now, what I want to do is just quickly talk about the design. Now, the design is okay. The actual stand area where it sits at the back there, I think it's quite good. It's a little bit different there where, you know, to take the tripod off. One thing they did get right is the cable. If you look here, the cable is joined to the webcam. Now, that's not good because if for any reason this got tangled or broke, then you're kind of stuck. Whereas the other one, you can just put in a USB Type-C to 3.0 cable, put it in and out, and you're fine. Now, one thing this did get right was the privacy filter. And if I just record here, this is the privacy filter. You can see it going up and down. And this comes off way too easily. It is very annoying. So I've found already when I'm just trying to close it down at night like that, I've found it very annoying. It's very frustrating. So that's a part of it I don't like. So the privacy filter is very annoying. I also find that, you know, this part it's okay, but I do find sometimes it's maybe a little bit harder to angle it down the way as much as I want, you know, like this. It just doesn't seem to sit as well as the other one did. It's a minor annoyance. I don't think it's a major problem. The privacy filter is probably the biggest inconvenience there. They got it right with the cable, so I guess it swings and roundabouts. So this has been the Logitech Brio. For me, it is a really good webcam. It's not without its faults, you know, no product is, but I think it is a marked improvement over my previous webcam. Please do check out my other videos. I've done a few other sample videos so that you can look at the footage and try and see it in a lot of different situations. But overall, I'm very happy with it. And for me, moving forward, it is more of a case of an evolution of the products that I've got. But moving forward, I think that it's going to help me produce better videos, better footage. And when I'm streaming, I'll hopefully produce better quality. So just one last thing I want to do is just give you a quick test with the mic. You know, you have heard me talking this whole time in the video, and if you, for any reason, you are going back, you know, you're walking about the room, you would still hear me. And this keyboard here, if you were typing away, that's the kind of sound you would hear. And again, it's just a reminder, this isn't a replacement for a good microphone. You know, it really is handy for conferencing. You can use it for Twitch and for YouTube streaming and things like that as well. But do bear in mind, you'll pick up noise like, you know, like my laptop fans, you'll probably hear the noise from that just now. And from any other background noise, it isn't exactly the best audio. But compared to the older webcam, they've really improved the microphones and they've really taken it a step forward. I haven't really given the Windows Hello option a really good test yet, so that's one thing I haven't covered in the video. What it does, it's an infrared camera and it allows me to log in. Now I still need to set that up, but that's a cool feature that I will be using as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you get any questions about this webcam, please do leave a comment below, and please do like and share the video as always. And until next time, take care.